Welcome. Today we're going to be doing something I find to be fun, and that is making doctored up foods. Now, what do I mean by doctored up? I mean elevated, fixed up, made better. Now, what am I planning on making? Stovetop stuffing, doctored up. Cranberry sauce, doctored up. Now, when you're making doctored up foods, you can add things like celery. Now, if you're doing anything with celery, make sure you clean it. Just some cold water with some vinegar. Wipe it down. Get rid of any pests, bacteria, or even pesticides. Onion. These are the two fresh vegetables I'm going to be adding into the stovetop stuffing. And we're just going to make this into something for our stuffing. We're going to be frying up the bacon. Yes, there's going to also be bacon, celery, and onion to go into our stovetop stuffing. This is going to give it flavor and a bit more nutrition. Now, we're going to be using up half of this onion. So, I'm going to be putting it in this and putting it in my fridge afterwards. There. Take off the top. Peel the onion. There we go. Then we're going to slice it off into sections. There's half our onion. Position it. There. And there you go. Simple and evenly chopped onion. It's something that most people don't do. If you're going to do chopped onion like this, slice it into sections, then slice not towards the center, but slightly out from the center. That way you get much more evenly sliced onion. That's going to be just as good as anything else. And there we have it, our onions and celery for our stuffing. And yes, you can use this very same thing if you're making homemade stuffing. Alright, our next ingredient that we're going to prep up, regular old streaky bacon. This is the same stuff you can get at any grocery store. And you're going to want to cut it nice and thin strips. And then we're going to just separate it and get it ready for going into our pan. Then we're going to fry it up along with the onion and celery, and then we will add it to our water, which we'll use to make our stuffing. Alright, now, for the next thing that we're going to make a spice mix. Now, for this, we have a couple of whole ingredients. First one is going to be just a couple of cloves of whole black peppercorn. Cloves, only 2. You don't need much in clove. Then we're going to grind those up. That doesn't take much. We just want to get those popped and that ground down to a bit of a finer powder. And there you have it. Ground pepper and nutmeg. Or cloves, sorry. We're going to add the nutmeg now. Now how much nutmeg are we going to add? 1/4 teaspoon. You don't need much. See? 1/4 teaspoon. Next is going to be our cinnamon, and that's going to be a 1/2 teaspoon. And finally, ginger. 1/8 teaspoon. Eighth teaspoon. And there you have your spice mix. Now, we're going to grind that all together a bit. And, oh, that smells beautiful. That smells like Christmas, which is what we want. We're going to transfer it to a container. And there you have it. Our spice mix for inside of our cranberry sauce. Now we're going to start with the cranberry sauce. Comes out a can in one block. Well, just want to press that into the pan, get that moving down and into something a bit more manageable. Now this is cranberry jelly, and anyone can start with cranberry jelly. Now we're going to add in our spice mix. Not all of it, but part of it at first. Because we might have too much of the spice mix, we might not have enough of it. So that is actually smelling really good. Smelling like Christmas. Oh yeah, that's smelling good. Could use a bit more. That's 2/3 of the spice that we made. Well, I do. Alright, now we're going to be adding in 1/4 cup of spiced rum. Oh yeah, that smells amazing. Oh yeah. That smells like Christmas through and through. Now, one of the things that we can add to this, just to give it a little extra oomph, is a light sprinkle, maybe 1 to 2 tablespoons of golden yellow brown sugar. Go. You could also go with honey if you have honey. Anything to add a little extra sweetness. a little bit. We want this boiling good. Oh yeah, it smells amazing. Okay, now, you get a bit of the boozy taste, which is good. Now, I've got family that always asks me why I have so many teaspoons in my sink. Because I do this. Taste testing with them. It's missing something. I know exactly what it's missing. There you are. A simple dash of lemon juice. Drop the temperature. Now, we needed it to come up to a boil to boil off the alcohol. Now, we're going to caramelize the sugars and reduce some of the liquid. So you're going to need this about a 1 for about 10 minutes. So we'll be back once this has thickened and reduced. And here you have it. Nice, thick cranberry sauce that coats a spoon. And tastes like Christmas. That's why we went through all that trouble of making that spice mix. Because when combined with this, my God, it's good. Now the next item we're going to make is our stuffing. There we go. Now, this is going to heat up quickly because the pan is on an induction heater. Throw in our bacon. Make sure it's at a temperature which is going to be advantageous to us. And let it do its thing. Now, bacon is already going to be salt cured, but it's going to be salt and sugar cured. So adding a little extra salt to it when it starts cooking, always good. Now, always add your favorite salts. Don't just add any salt. Taste the salt. Taste it with the food. Find which ones you actually like. Now, we're going to be reducing down all the fat that we can from this. That's why we're doing it at a lower temperature than front. Once we've rendered this down, and that's exactly what we're doing, we're rendering. We take some of that fat, because we want to leave only about 2 tablespoons worth, and we put it into another container and freeze it, because that stuff is liquid gold when you want to add flavor to things. Already you can see the fat is coming out, but there's also water coming out from the meat. When you render it down, you're going to boil off that water, leaving you with just fat. We'll come back when we're at that stage. Alright, now, we're almost to the point where our bacon fat is rendered out. At this point, we have just about the right amount of fat that we need for the recipe. We're going to throw in our carrots and onions. Get those cooking, softening, and slightly browning up. And now, once this is all somewhat browned, we'll be adding in the required amount of water for our stuffing. But that's not yet. We'll get back to you guys when that time is there. Alrighty, now we're going to add our water. Pull all the fond off the bottom of the pot that we're using. Bring that water to a boil, as the package requires. All of our instructions now are exactly the same as if we had any other recipe. But we're just going to boil it a little bit longer to ensure that everything is properly done. Now, we're getting to where we need to be. Oh yeah, that smells good. If I wanted to make this into a soup, I'd be adding beans right about now. But I don't want to make it into a soup. I'm making stuffing. Doctored from regular stovetop stuffing. Alright, now, in goes our stuffing, all its spices, stir it together, turn off the heat, Make sure you get all of the breadcrumb. Now it says let stand for 5 minutes, then fluff. We're going to let it stand for 5 minutes, then fluff. And here we are at the time to fluff. That looks like some damn good. Tastes damn good. Oh yeah. That is damn good stuffing. Mmm. Mmm. Now this isn't the first time I've done this, so I do know a couple little secrets. Things like adding a little bit of this to your water, not much. Adding some more poultry spice. Adding little things that help to bring this to its absolute pinnacle. And you're going to do that for yourself over time until you get that perfect flavor.